by far the most I have ever made at a market.
Hi friends, and welcome to a very exciting and long-awaited market vlog. Today you're coming with me as I share last-minute prep, my booth setup, behind the scenes, and my market results and bestsellers. So get cozy and let's dive into my biggest and best market yet. I hope you enjoy, and I'm so glad you're here.
I felt like they couldn't bend. I was just crocheting like a robot.
All of those weeks of hard work and prep, and the day is finally here.
Hi my crafty and cozy friends, and welcome back to my channel, and buckle up because today you're coming with me to my first market of 2025. I have been prepping over the last couple of months for the show, and I am so excited that it's finally here. But I'm also so nervous because this is the biggest market I have ever attended. I'll be sharing my prep this week leading up to the show, my booth setup, my market vlog, and of course at the end we'll talk results and bestsellers. But if you're new here, hi, my name is Kyra. I make cute and cozy handmade goods like crochet plushies, stickers, bookmarks, and glass tumblers, and I share behind the scenes of growing my small crafty business. If any of that sounds interesting to you, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell to join our crafty and cozy family. And without further ado, let's get right into this market vlog. Hi friends, and happy Tuesday. It is currently 4 days out from the market and we have so much to do this week. I sat down last night and made a big checklist of everything that I wanted to get done, and I'm kind of feeling overwhelmed at how much there is to do and how little time we have. If you've been with me since the beginning, you know that I am the queen of last minute market prep. I have so many videos where I'm scrambling to get things ready, and I normally do this because I think I have more time than I actually do. And then whenever it gets close, I realize that I don't have that much time, and then I'm scrambling to get everything together and ready for the show. There's also a lot of pressure this week because I have to have everything completely finished by this Thursday. We work Friday from 8 to 6. So there's not going to be any prepping there, and we actually have to leave the house Saturday morning at 4:30 in the morning to get there in time. So nothing's going to be getting done Friday night. We're basically going to have to come home and go to sleep instantly because we'll be waking up at like 3 in the morning to get ready, and it's just going to be a time. So I'm definitely a little bit nervous about everything that has to get done, but I keep telling myself I can only do what I can do. I can't make more inventory. It's too late for that now. So I just need to do as much prep work as I can this week to try to make this market run as smooth as possible. I can't remember if I've actually sat down and chatted with you guys about the details of the market, but this is the biggest and the most expensive market that I have ever done. My booth fee was $110, and this market runs from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. I'm definitely really nervous because that is a super high market fee, but I've heard really good things about the show, and I've actually had some friends who've participated in this event and they had a really good outcome. So I'm hoping that I can make my market fee back and then make a good bit extra. This show is also a lot different than other shows I've done because you have to buy tickets to get into this event. They also have early bird tickets where you can come in an hour early before the other ticket holders, and so they get to come in at 9 a.m. and then the door opens to all the regular shoppers at 10 a.m. I'm hoping that the fact that these people had to pay to get in, and some even paid to get in early, that they're coming to shop and they really want to spend some money. But overall, I am really excited about the show, to see how things go and to actually participate in a big market, but we'll see how things go. So I want to go over my checklist for things I need to get done this week. The first thing I need to do is make a big list of all of my inventory, all the cups I'm taking, the different designs, the different colors, my crochet stuff, my bookmarks, just anything that I'm bringing with me to the show. I want to have on a big checklist. That way I can keep track of what sells, what was a popular design, popular colors, and that way I can also keep track of my inventory easily and make things easier on me whenever I go into future shows. Next thing I need to do is get my square reader figured out. I have never used a square reader before. I actually ordered this just for this show, so I need to figure out how to make that work. And I know that you have to go online and like log your inventory on there, so I need to do that as well. The square reader honestly intimidates me a little bit because I have no idea what I'm doing, but I feel like once I actually get into the website and I start setting it up, it won't be as bad as I'm thinking. But right now it's just one extra thing to add to my checklist in an already very busy week. The next thing I need to do is price all of my inventory. I don't have my prices figured out for any of my crochet plushies except for like the small ones. But I need to sit down and figure out how much yarn I used, how much time it took me, and price things at a fair price that works good for me, but also is very reasonable for the customer. Thankfully, I already have my pricing down for my tumblers. I always make those 15, and then my acrylic bookmarks are always 5. So I have that figured out, but I definitely need to sit down, look at all my crochet plushies, take stock of those, and figure out the pricing for each. I also need to figure out how I'm going to label each item, whether that's a sticker or a tag or what I'm gonna do with that. I actually had an idea to make some signs on Canva, and now that I have a printer, I can print all of those out. So I need to sit down and make some designs for my pricing. I also would like to do a mock setup. I don't think I'm gonna do that until Thursday of this week because I wanna make sure all of my inventory is finished, it's all priced, I have all of my signs ready, and then I'll kind of set things up in my office and get a general idea of how I'd like to set things up, because whenever we're setting up at 6:30 in the morning after driving 2 hours, I really don't think I'm gonna be on my top game. So I need to have a game plan going into this setup. That way I'm not freaking out the morning of. And the last thing I need to do is get everything packed away and ready to go. That way Friday night I can load my tables in the car, load my shelf in there, and then in the morning I can grab my totes, grab my bags, and just head out the door and get to driving. I'll definitely keep you guys updated throughout this week, and of course you're coming with me to the market. So what we're working on first is logging all of my inventory. I'm gonna get a Google Doc open, write out all of my cups, write out all of my plushies, and just take stock of everything I have. That way I know going into this market and I can just cross things off as they sell. So let's go ahead and take stock of all of my inventory.
Where did the time go? How do we move so far away? Holding on, how much can we both take when love is in echo? I can't hear what you're saying when love is in echo. I can't hear what you're saying.
So after counting all of those up, I have a total of 29 cups that are coming with me to the market. And that's not including like these bigger cups. These are just my standard 20-ounce cups. I think these are 20 ounce, maybe 16. I can't remember off the top of my head. But these cups, and I also had a couple that are smaller. So I'll be selling these a little bit cheaper. These are 15, these are 13. So total amount for cups that I'm bringing comes out to $423 in cups. So if I sold all 29 of these cups, I would make $423, but that is very unlikely. We'll see what happens. But I am hoping to sell a good bit of cups, and I probably have the most cups out of anything else prepared for this market. So at least I know I have a good bit of stock there. But what I need to do next is count all of my straws and make sure I have 29 straws to bring with me. And then we'll look at the inventory of my larger cups. So I just went through all of my larger cups, my crocheted bookmarks, and my acrylic bookmark inventory. So for these cups, these are a little bit smaller than this. This is 30 ounces, these are 40. So my 40-ounce cups, I have 3 of those, which gives me a total of $75 in inventory for those. I have 4 of these, which comes out to $92 total. I have 10 of these crocheted bookmarks for $6 each, making $60 in inventory for these. And then I have 11 of these acrylic bookmarks coming out to $55 in inventory for these. So I feel like this really opened my eyes to how much inventory I had, how much potential I have to make it this market. But I definitely think I'd like to make more of these acrylic bookmarks. And then if I have time, I'll do more crocheted bookmarks, but obviously these take a lot longer to make. but we'll see what we have time for. I think later this evening, I'm gonna go through all of my crochet plushies, figure out what I want to price those because I still haven't figured that out yet. And then I'll go ahead and tag those and I'll update you guys on Thursday with the prices of those. Then we'll pack everything together, try that mock setup out, and get everything ready for Saturday morning. So I'll see you guys in a few days.
Hello friends and happy Thursday. We are currently 2 days out from the market and the nerves are kicking in, you guys. I just finished doing a mock setup of the booth. So my office is currently a huge mess, but I'm glad to have the base idea of how I want to set things up. So let me go ahead and flip you around and you can see what we're working with. So this is the huge mess I was talking about. These held all of my cups, so I have those out and displayed right now. But this brown shelf that normally sits here behind me in my videos, I moved that. I'm going to be taking that with me to the market, and I put that right here on the side. This is really smushed right now because my office is only 10 by 10 anyway. My booth will be 7 by 10, so 7 feet deep, 10 feet wide. So this isn't the exact measurements of what my booth will be like, but I am glad to have the general idea of what things are gonna look like. So let me take you on a little tour. I have my 6-foot table laid out here. My 4-foot table's connected this way. Brendan and I will be sitting behind the table, and then over on the left-hand side, I'll have my shelf. So let me show you each thing a little bit closer up. So hello. Over here, I have my smaller cups. As you can see, they're a good bit smaller than these 16-ounce cups. So these are 13. I wanted to have them all together. So I need to make a sign that says 13. I have my bigger cups here. Those are 15. And then I have my 2 baby bow bunnies right there. And then moving on over here, you guys, I got my sign. I'm so excited. Look how good it looks. That makes me so happy to have my own branding for my booth. But I just had to show you that because I'm so excited about it. But moving over here onto the table, I brought my crates out. So I put all of my cups on the crate there. I have some of my bigger cups there. This is actually leftover stock from another market, so I'm glad to have a couple little signs to take. I have my 2 sleepy geese right here. I need to finish the eye on this one, so I can't forget to do that. I have my Easter basket with the peeps. I have some flowers, my branding. I did make some stickers to take to the show. I don't have that many, but these are the ones that I was talking to you guys in my last vlog about. I have my smaller plushies right here, so my tutu ducks, frogs, bees, and tulips right there. I thought it'd be really cool to bring this little lamp. It's like a USB powered, you charge it that way, and then the charge lasts for a while. So I thought that'd be nice and just add like a little touch of warmth to my table. And then right beside that lamp, I have my little chicken display. I'm going to be making more chickens tonight to try to get done for the show. I have some flowers back there. I have my little ballerina mouse, my deer. And then right here, I have my Della ducks. I decided to make the pink headband a little bit longer because it wasn't able to knot like this one was. So I went ahead and took this off and I'm adding to it. So then I'll have to add her headband back. I have another little sign here. Here's some more of my cups. This lamp won't be here. This stays in my office because I don't have electricity at my booth, but I just put that there to where we could see a little bit better. Right here, I have some more of my bigger cups. Moving down here, I have my crocheted bookmarks and I have an open book laying here and I figured it'd be really cute just to display them in the book. So I don't have all of them out right now, but as they sell, I'll restock those. I have my keychains. Again, these are left over from another market. So I'm glad that I actually have some of these because now that I'm looking at my display, I feel like I don't have that much inventory. So I am really glad to have some left over from previous markets. So I have my keychains. Moving over here, I have my acrylic bookmarks. Again, I don't have very many of these. I do have some extra to restock, but honestly, I'm a little worried about my lack of inventory going into this show. Then over here, I have my cups that are 40 ounces. I have my mama ones, and then just one more chapter. I only have 3 of those. I have my Trunk the Turtles sitting here. That's my phone. And then right here are my little cup koozies that I have left over from a market. I've had these since like last summer. I don't know if these will ever sell, but I'm literally only going to charge like $1 or $2 for these. I just want rid of them. I don't want them anymore. But yeah, this is the overall setup that we have going on right now. And Abby's on the table. Abby, get down. So what do you guys think? I think it looks really good. I'm super excited. And I just think that makes a huge difference. That's going to really make me look more professional. That with my business cards,
with my hoodie. Brendan's gonna have his Kybee Creates shirt on. I do need to update some of my signs. So like this needs updated. Now that I have a colored printer, I can actually print out my logo and make this look a little nicer. So I am gonna design some things on Canva and figure that out, but this is from Christmas. As you can see, it says ornaments. So definitely need to update that. I need to make little signs for around my booth too, like chickens. I need to price those. So I was thinking I could have a sticker that says chickens $10. And then same thing for like these pocket frogs 5, tutu ducks. I can't remember what I was gonna price those. And then like my cups, I'll have 15. So I need to actually sit down on Canva and design a lot of things and get those printed out. But for now, things are going well. It is currently, what time is it? 3:28. So this day is going by really fast. Let me flip you around and I'll talk some more. So this day is going really fast. We actually slept in, which was not a good idea at all. We should not have done that. So that kind of made it to where I had a late start anyway. And then Brendan's car hasn't been working, so we had to go and take that to the garage. And we're currently waiting for them to call us back. So once they call us back, then I have to take him back to the garage. So it's just been a crazy day. I feel like you guys have never experienced a market prep video with me where I was calm and chill. I feel like there's always last minute stuff going on, but I'm just happy that we're in this show. I'm so excited, so grateful to be doing this, and I think we're gonna have a really good turnout. What I'm gonna do for the rest of the day, design those canvas signs, that way I can have my pricing. I would like to make a sign that says follow my small business journey on YouTube. I think that'd be super cool, and they could see like behind the scenes of me making all of this inventory. And then other than that, I need to tag my bigger plushies, tag my bigger cups, and then just make sure I have my big checklist of everything we need to bring tomorrow. So the game plan is we are getting out of work earlier. So we're gonna leave at 4, drive the 2 hours to get to the venue, set up, which will be plenty of time, thankfully, to get everything together, because we were going to have to wake up at 3:30 in the morning, leave here at 4:30, drive the 2 hours, so get there at 6:30, and then only have from 6:30 to 8 to set up. So that was gonna be really stressful. So I'm so grateful that we were able to get out of work a little early, and that will make things so much easier whenever it comes to Saturday. So I'm gonna work on packing all of this up, getting everything priced, checking off my checklist, and I'll see you guys tomorrow whenever we're setting up. Hello friends, and happy Friday. We just got out of work and now we're on the way to the event. It's about a 2-hour drive to get there. So this is actually the longest we've ever traveled to go to a show. And we got a hotel room. That way we don't have to drive back and forth. So the plan is to get to the event, set up, get everything ready to go. And then we're gonna find somewhere yummy to eat tonight. And then the rest of the evening, I'm gonna be crocheting as much as I can to make extra inventory for the show. I think I'm gonna do a lot of chickens. I have some rainbow yarn that I've never used. So I think that could be really cool to offer some rainbow chickens. But I just wanted to give you guys a little update and let you know that we're on the way, and I will see you guys when we get to the event and are ready to set up.
I don't know if I'm the one you want. Should I go, or should I leave this on? Because lately I've been getting this feeling that you might like me too. And just maybe I could take a little risk for you. Make me move. Oh, I see you standing there. I just wanna get out of here with you. Oh, baby, I'm with you. Oh, baby, with you. You're coming close.
So I wanted to show you guys, since we have a little extra space for the booth, they're all marked out with a chalk line there. So what I did, this is our 4-foot table, and I used my totes that I brought all my inventory in, and so that's gonna extend the table out a little bit. So we'll use the tablecloth and put it across the whole thing. I'll show you guys here in a minute, but I think that'll be nice to have a little bit extra space.
Lady, I'm never this shy. Wanna try to getting close to you. Just give me a sign. Tell me what I should do to you. Because lately I've been getting this feeling that you might like me too. And just
So we just got to the hotel room. We have our 5-star dinner here. We picked up some Wendy's. I got the Asiago ranch sandwich. I love that sandwich. It's so good. What did you get?
I forget already. Dave Stubble. I got a Dave Stubble sandwich.
And then we got a new Frosty swirl to try. This is the strawberry one. So we're gonna eat our dinner. It's about 8:20 p.m. It took a lot longer to set up than I thought. So I'm glad we were able to get there early and get set up. Now we don't have to worry about that tomorrow morning. So we're gonna go ahead, eat our dinner. I'm gonna crochet and then I'll check in with you guys tomorrow morning. Good morning, friends, and happy market day. All of those weeks of hard work and prep and the day is finally here. I have on my Kybee Creates hoodie and we just pulled into the event. It's about 7:45 a.m. Thankfully, the hotel we stayed in was only about 10 minutes away from the event, so we didn't have very far to travel, but I wanted to get here early this morning so we could get some last minute things set up. I want to find some coffee for sure. That is definitely needed this morning. And I'd like to shop around at the other vendors a little bit before the event starts at 9. So like I mentioned, the early bird shoppers paid to get in at 9. And then the rest of the event opens up at 10 for everybody else. And I already saw a big line of early bird shoppers, so I am so excited. I finished my rainbow chicken I was telling you guys about last night. So once we get to the booth, I'll definitely show you her, but I just wanted to check in this morning and I'll see you guys when we get there and are ready to go.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know if I'll ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high, even if the sky is falling down.
Good, just cold. It is. Oh, take a shell off. Yeah, you have to see. Yes, but
Oh, I love it. Oh, that makes me happy.
Good morning. How are you guys? No. Yeah, they're a little bigger. So am I.
I keep looking at the same things.
You're okay.
Can I do this one?
Yeah.
It's 15.
Yep, 15. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm gonna hit my head off that I already know. Good morning. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. 636 with tax. Oh my gosh, I hope so. Yeah.
Look at that one.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Good morning. These are so cool. Thank you so much. Oh, did you get a possum? How cute is that? So what are you gonna be?
I want to do hash You just a goose in the cup?
Yes.
Alright. 58:30. Hands like don't work. It's so cold outside. I dropped this to my cup.
I know, that would have been nice. Thank you so much. It's actually required. I don't know if you guys knew this, but it's required if you get an iced coffee that you have to swish it like this. I didn't know if you knew that, but if you didn't, now you do. Do you guys like my background? So I took the banner from my market, and rather than roll it up and put it in a box for who knows how long till my next market, I'm gonna display it in the background of my videos. So now I can have my cute logo in all of my videos. So I really like that, and I think it's really cute, and we're matching today. I have on my Kybee Creates hoodie and my banner, so it's a good setup. But if the lighting changes a lot, it's been like super sunny and then really cloudy back and forth, so I apologize if the lighting's going back and forth all video. But my first market of 2025 is officially over. I feel like I have been preparing for this market for so long, and it definitely did not disappoint. So let's talk about the market in general first. So there were 4 buildings total, and like I mentioned, there were 110 vendors. There were also some outdoor vendors as well. I was in the 3rd building, and my table was actually at the end of the building in like the back corner. So a lot of the people would walk through building 1, 2, 3, and then at the end there'd be me, and then the food trucks were outside of our building. So even though my booth wasn't the first thing they came to, it was nice that the food trucks were right outside of our stall, because then if people were getting food and they just wanted to browse around, they'd come back into our building. And I think that kept some traffic around my area. But overall, oh my gosh, there were so many people. In my building specifically, there were 40 other vendors, and okay, so I don't know what I thought open air building meant, but now that I'm looking back at it, I should have known that meant that you were in a building, but there were no walls, like it was just open air, obviously. In my mind, open air meant open floor plan, like an open air building, and that is not the case. So it definitely was freezing cold. Oh my gosh, it was in like the 40s, low 40s during this event. My toes were frozen, my fingers were frozen, Brendan was frozen, and we were doing like mini jumping jacks and just jumping around the whole time. I only had on this hoodie and like a light coat. Brendan had on a t-shirt and a light coat, so we were not prepared for a cold market, but that's totally on me for not realizing the open air meant outdoor under a building. But despite it being cold, the people still showed up and we still made a lot of sales. This is by far the most I have made at a market. The vendor fee was high, but for the amount of people coming through, I can see why it was a little bit higher, but I still made the most that I have ever made at any market. And somehow I managed to crochet 3 chickens during this event. I really don't know how, because my fingers were like frozen icicles. I felt like they couldn't bend. I was just crocheting like a robot. But I did get 3 chickens done. It was so nice to be able to set up the night before. That made a huge difference. I can't imagine waking up at 3:30 in the morning, leaving here at 4:30, driving 2 hours, and setting up from 6:30 to 8, because my stress levels would have been at an all-time high. Even though I was pretty stressed anyway for this event, it would have just taken it to another level. So definitely setting up the night before was a huge win for us. We got out of work at 4 o'clock, drove down, set up, and then we had the evening in the hotel to be able to eat dinner, kind of relax, and I also made some chickens in the hotel room. But oh my gosh, I have to tell you about the hotel situation. So this hotel was only 10 minutes away from the event, which was very nice, but I don't know who was staying next door. It sounded like there were 2 kids and they had no parents in that room. You could hear them running back and forth. They were laughing and being so loud all night. I thought around midnight that they would start going to sleep and settle down. No, that was not the case. They literally were up until at least 1 in the morning. And then I remember waking up around 3 or 4. They were still running back and forth, hitting on the walls. And then when our alarm went off at 6:30, same thing, they were still up. So did these kids just not sleep? I don't know, but I didn't sleep very well. I normally don't sleep well if I have something exciting the next day, or if I'm a little bit nervous or stressed out about something. So I already knew I wasn't gonna get the best sleep, but that definitely didn't help. So I was very tired, and the first thing I was looking for was coffee, and we found it. It was very good coffee, but I'm glad I had that because I don't think I could have made it through the day without my eyes closing. So let's go ahead and dive into all my sales for this market, how much I made, what sold, what didn't sell. And starting off, can you guys guess what the first thing that I sold was? This was before the early bird shoppers had even come through. It was actually a vendor just walking past my table, and she saw this and she was like, oh my gosh, I need to have it. So my first sale of the day at 8:30, before the early bird shoppers got there, was Trunk the Turtle, and I sold him for $20. She walked past my table and saw him, and I only had 2. As you guys know, I didn't get to prep a whole lot of them. But I had 2 of them sitting there. She picked him up and I said, you have to peek under his shell. And when she peeked and saw his little butt cheeks, she's like, oh my gosh, I have to have him. So she went ahead and bought the first thing of the day, which was Trunk the Turtle for $20. So the next thing that sold, I'm gonna be glancing down at my notes every once in a while. That way I don't forget anything. But I sold my Just One More Chapter glass tumbler for $15. And she actually bought this. She was an early bird ticket holder, so it wasn't 10 o'clock yet. The event hadn't opened up to everyone. So that was my sale during the early bird tickets. I didn't write down the times for anything else, so I'm not sure what time everything else sold, but I did keep track for those first 2 because it was so early on and I wanted to remember that. But next thing I sold was my other Trunk the Turtle. You guys, that was so popular. I think if I would have made more of these, they would have all sold because everybody loved just peeking under his shell and seeing the butt cheeks. So I definitely think for my next market, I'm gonna prep a ton of those turtles because he was a big hit, even though I only took 2. So I ended up selling my mini Trunk the Turtle for $15. Then we had a wave of people wanting chickens. I sold 5 chickens for $50. I sold 1 peep for $10. I sold a tutu duck for $13. I sold a keychain for $5. One of my pocket frogs for $5. Another crochet bookmark for $6. Another chicken for $10. You guys, the chickens were a big hit as well. I think I made 14 of them total. So definitely going to be making more chickens because they were such a huge hit. I think mainly because they're such a lower price point. They were only $10 and all the kids loved them. I had so many little kids come up to the booth and be like, chickens. So I definitely think if you're market prepping, you should make chickens and Trunk the Turtles because they were a big seller for me. Next up, I sold another glass tumbler. It was my Coffee and Dogs one for $23. That was the bigger tumbler. It was the 30-ounce ones. Next, I sold another chicken for $10. I sold a pocket frog for $5. I sold a bee for $12. I sold another chicken and a frog for $15. I sold one of my Della ducks for $45. Oh my gosh, you guys. This woman came by and she had a little baby in a stroller and she picked up the Dellas and showed them to her. And oh my gosh, she was the cutest little baby ever. And it just makes my heart so happy to know that that Della's gonna go home with that little baby and she'll probably have that for years to come. And just knowing that my crochet makes are going to these little kids, these little babies, that makes me so happy. And I feel like it's even more fulfilling whenever you see the person who's buying your item and you know that it's going to such a good home and that it will be very well loved. It really does make me so happy to see that. So, sold my Della. I sold a sticker for $2, which I only took a couple stickers. I kind of showed you guys some of them that I made, and I did make a couple more since that video. So I took the stickers I had, I only sold 1. So I made $2 from that. I sold another glass tumbler for $15. It was the I'm literally just a girl tumbler with the cherries and the bow. And then I sold another tutu duck for $13. I sold a crochet bookmark for $6. I sold a baby bow bunny for $45. Again, a little girl came by. She was probably like 3 or 4 maybe. She was so cute. Oh my goodness, what's going on? Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness, what's going on? She was so cute and her grandma was with her and she's like, I want that bunny. So her grandma bought her the bunny, which was very sweet. So I sold that. I sold another pocket frog for $5. I sold another crochet bookmark for $6. Those crochet bookmarks also stole the show. Normally my acrylic bookmarks were my best sellers because they're $5 a piece. They're a lower price point. A lot of people like them. But I had the crochet bookmarks sitting with an open book next to those, and I only sold 1 acrylic one, and I sold so many of those crochet bookmarks. So that's definitely a big seller for me as well. I'm gonna be making more of those in the future. I sold 2 more chickens for $20. I sold 1 acrylic bookmark for $5. Another crochet bookmark for $6. I sold one of my sleepy geese. Oh my goodness. So happy to see him find a home. And also with that order, they bought one of those big 40-ounce mama cups. So that sale was $58. I sold another pocket frog for $5, a bee for $12, another glass tumbler for $15. I was actually out looking at other vendors' booths whenever I sold this, so I'm not sure which one sold because Brenda didn't write it down, but that's okay. And then, oh, I guess I sold another sticker for $2. Again, I don't know which one it was, but Brendan was manning the station for me. So I'm very thankful that he was able to take over that while I looked around at some of the other vendors. And then last thing I sold was another keychain for $5. So drum roll please. That brings my grand total to $489.86 with tax. That is by far the most I have ever made at a market. I think second place is like $300. So almost $200 extra on top of that. And definitely this was such a fun market. I'm so happy with the results. Now, it did have a pretty hefty vendor fee of $110, but girl math, I paid that so long ago, I don't even remember it, and that could be a write-off later. So really, we just made about $500, and that doesn't count. It does, but we're just gonna pretend it doesn't. But going forward in the future, I think I've learned a lot from this market, and actually the applications for the fall show open up today. So I'm going to be applying for the fall show, but I'm going to be trying some different things with this show. So first thing that I learned, I will be prepping for this market way farther in advance. I did not give myself enough time to prep. Even though this was the earliest I've ever prepped for a market, this was also the biggest market, I don't feel like I had enough crochet stuff to bring with me. So I'm going to start prepping earlier in advance, maybe even now if I get into this fall show. The next thing that I learned is that the crochet stuff took the show. My glass tumblers, I think I only sold a total of 6 of those. Not very many stickers, not very many keychains. So the crochet stuff was the best seller. Even though there were 2 or 3 other crocheters there, even in the same building as me, crochet stuff is just so popular. So I'm going to focus more of my time and energy on crochet things moving forward. Next thing I learned is I need to level up my display. There were such beautiful displays there. I can't even fathom how they thought of that idea for the display. Like, there were gorgeous displays. So I definitely want to put some more thought into my display, maybe add some height to it because it was just my table there. And a lot of people had like crates stacked up and just, they went all out. So gonna level up my display for the fall show. And the next thing I want to do for this show is to have my magnetic bookmarks, my regular bookmarks, and my stickers for this following show. I think those will be super quick to make, and that's just something that I can kind of pop out while I'm crocheting. I can be cutting them on my Cricut, so it's just extra inventory to bring with me to the show and just a chance for more sales. Overall, this was the best market I have ever been in. I had so much fun. I met so many new vendor friends, and I really enjoyed sharing my handmade creations with so many people. There were a lot of people that would just come up to my booth, and even if they didn't buy anything, they took a business card, they said really kind words and just how cute they thought my stuff was. And that really made my day and just gave me a positive little boost to see so many people enjoy my work. So now that I shared my market recap, it's time for a haul of all the goodies I got from other small businesses there. So let's go ahead and start with this business. This is Joseph and Rue. It's Christian apparel to wear, your faith unapologetically. So that's her business card if you want to check it out. She had super cute stuff, and she was one with an amazing display also. And look at how adorable her bags are. I love this. It's like little tulips. I think that is so cute. So first thing I got from her are some earrings. You guys know that I'm a sucker for some good earrings. So I got these little earrings. I thought they were perfect for Easter time. So they're yellow, and then they have like little lavender and what other flowers are those? I'm not really sure, but flowers on there, and these are just so pretty. And I love these, so I thought this would be perfect to wear in my videos, to wear for Easter coming up. So I really like these. And then the next thing that I got is a shirt. And if you guys know this song, comment down below. But it says, "As long as I'm breathing, I've got a reason to praise the Lord." And this is that Brandon Lake song? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Brandon Lake. But that's what it looks like. I love the font. I thought that was so pretty. And I'm definitely going to be wearing this all summer long, to church, for my videos, just everywhere. I love this shirt so much. So that's what I got from Joseph and Rue. The next thing I got was from the small business called DeVoe & Co. I think that's how you spell it. And I got a blind date with a book. So I don't know what this book is, and I thought it'd be fun to unbox it on camera with you guys. So it says the first line of the book. It has a little snippet from it, and then it has the star rating and how many pages it is. So this one says, romance, friends to lovers, second chances, and missed connections. I thought that sounded very interesting. And the first line says, life was passing me by at high speed as I sat back with my feet up.
rejecting change, ignoring the world, shrugging off anything that threatened to have meaning or relevance. So it sounds like whoever this is in a hard time right now. And maybe she'll meet somebody that she's known in the past, or a friend turns into something more, we'll see. But it came with a little sticker as well, well, 2 stickers. We have a little book heart sticker, and then this other one says, so many books, so little time. I thought the packaging was so pretty. Like, how cute is that? So let's open it up and see what book we got. The book that I got is, ooh, Before We Were Strangers by Renee Carland. I feel like I've heard of this before. I don't know why. Maybe it's just the font on the front. Isn't there a book that looks like that font on the front? I don't know. I don't know if I've heard of this or not. So this is by Renee Carland. And yeah, I think that sounds pretty good. So I got a fun blind date with a book. I think that's such a good idea. I've always wanted to buy one, but I've never pulled the trigger. So I got a blind date with a book. The next small business that we supported was Arrow and Pine Design Co. I'll show you her business card. So that's what it looks like. And she had super cute tumblers, bookmarks, cup cozies. And that's actually the first thing I got was this cup cozy. So it has little strawberries on there. It's pink, it's pretty, it's girly, and it fits perfectly for the medium Dunkin' coffees. I don't know if it'd go any bigger. I think this is probably the biggest you can do. I think this is 16 ounce, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I finally have a coffee cup cozy for whenever I get my iced coffees. And then the next thing I got from her was this bookmark. How adorable is this? So it has little geese on there. I have a hair. Little geese on there, a watering can with flowers, little bows, stars, tulips. It's so unique because I've never seen designs like that and I love it so much. So I got a bookmark and then I also got another bookmark from her. I don't know why I was in a bookmark mood. So this is a fabric bookmark. It's like one of those corner ones. And the fabric was so pretty, I thought. Let me take it out so you can see it a little better. So this is what it looks like. And it has little flowers, it has pinks and yellows and blues, and I just thought that was really cute. So I guess you just put it over the flap of your book. So let's try it. So you slide it onto the page. Yeah, look how adorable that is. And then you can just keep the place in your book. I love that. That is so cute. So I got some bookmarks, I got a cup cozy, I got a book, just all kinds of cute stuff. I really had such a fun time at this event, and I think the icing on the cake, this made my heart so, so happy whenever this happened. So whenever I was little, I used to go to church with this girl, and I've not seen her since that, but we've kept up on Facebook a little bit, and she's seen that I started a YouTube channel, and she comments on all of my videos. She supports me so much through here, and she actually came to this event, and you guys, she made me a crochet ice cream cone. Oh my gosh. She came over to my booth. I didn't even know she was gonna be there, but she came up to me. She said such sweet and kind words. That just brought so much joy to me, and it just felt so nice that somebody enjoyed my videos, that she came up, she took time out of her day to come to the event, to come stop by my booth, and to crochet me the cutest and sweetest little ice cream cone. So how adorable is that? I love the colors, and this little ice cream cone is gonna be sitting with me in my videos. I gotta find a good spot for her. But I just thought that was so sweet, and that truly made my whole day. So thank you so much, Holly. I really appreciated that. That was my market recap. This is gonna be a long video, I can already tell, because I've been talking for 34 minutes and 12 seconds, and this is just the recap part. But anyway, thank you guys so much for coming with me to my first market of 2025. I had so much fun sharing my prep with you guys, my setup, a little vlog, and sharing all the things that I sold, what didn't sell, and just overall my thoughts about this market. If you enjoyed this video, please leave me a thumbs up. And if you like crocheting, market prep, small business content, or anything crafty and cozy, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell to join our crafty and cozy family. The next video you guys will see will be me working towards my cute and cozy collection. I can't wait to work on these new products with you guys,
to do some brainstorming together, to make some designs, just the whole process of launching my first ever cute and cozy collection. So if you haven't hit the little bell next to the subscribe button, be sure to click that so you get notified every time I post a new video and you don't miss any of these exciting updates. And if you are still watching, comment the tulip emoji down below so I can give you a big thank you for hanging out with me till the end. And I will see you guys next Saturday for a new video. Bye.